My area is called South Auckland, and in New Zealand it's notorious for being the worst and most violent place in New Zealand. And for my family, it was the only area they can afford to live. So growing up there was very dangerous. Going to school was very dangerous. So you quickly have to learn how to survive. It's survival. These are my problems I have in Japan. Too big, nothing fits. But I make do. Champions find a way.
Would you tell us about your training?
My training is mostly consists of boxing training and a lot of cardio. So my cardio is mostly just running in the morning, and if I find a mountain somewhere, I'll go climb it. Gets my heart going. But when I find a gym nearby that has a bag or boxing gym somewhere, I'll go and join them. That's the type of training I do. So I really concentrate on my heart more than my muscles. So the big size that I am, as heavy as I am, I don't really concentrate on muscles. I concentrate on my heart more. Because I feel, if I'm too big, my heart's gonna overwork. So I need to keep it moving. So
You are the biggest guy in New Japan, right?
I think so.
What's the pro and cons about that?
Pro and cons. Pros, I find it easier to make others get tired. If I know how to use my weight, I can use it to my advantage. By standing on someone or sitting on them, it takes more energy out of them, and I'm resting. But the cons, it makes me a little bit slower. Things like it's hard to, find seats that can fit, find gloves that can fit. Being too big is very hard in Japan. But the advantage of being big in New Japan, it helps me, helps my career, helps me get to the top, helps me become champion.
You used to be a big kid when you were younger?
Oh no, I was never a big kid. I was one of the smallest in my family. A big family that I have. We were a poor family, so there wasn't much food. Back then we lived in one of the worst areas in New Zealand. But we made do. We found ways of surviving. So it wasn't until I decided to become a professional rugby player that my size gradually changed, because the type of training we did and the amount of food I was finding and eating. So I was happy. I was a small kid, but somehow my parents found food and my siblings helped me get to where I want to be. So I used to be a small kid. My main picture or vision I had was supporting my family, and I was willing to do anything I needed to help my parents out. My family was big, and it was hard for them to provide, to find work or even feed us. So my whole drive was to do whatever I needed to help out my family. Shibuya is one of my favorite spots in Tokyo. I've been coming here for years, and I find this place makes you feel younger. So Shibuya is great. Love this place. The advantage of being a big guy here, though, is you can see your destination. So if you're walking through here, you can see the other side. Everybody else have to walk around. And at the same time, walking through a crowd, people get out of the way. So that's a big advantage. So in Yoyogi Station, just down the road, we have a Tonga Coffee, one of my favorite spots to come and hang out to. And we'll go inside and check out. I was away for a couple of weeks, so good to be back. Always good to come hang out here. Best spot to hang out in Tokyo, Tonga Coffee. Thank you. This is what we call Tongan coffee. Good coffee. Very good coffee.